Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today I'm feeling ambitious. I'm looking to pump out 3 short videos. They are updates on previous playlists. This first video is going to be on the Planter's Choice grow kit and highlighting the Delonix Regia, my first and favorite bonsai tree. So I have lots popping up with some seedlings from my buddy Doug. They had failed to germinate for the longest time, but we've had such extreme heat and humidity here in Connecticut, Northwest Connecticut, which has just been like, I've lived in Connecticut 30 out of my 38, almost 39 years. It's been the hottest it's ever been. So, anyways, with that being said, I'm getting a lot of these cool Delonix Regias. They come from Madagascar, so they're used to that hot, steamy weather. So, pruning those and showing you the new seedlings is what's coming up on the next episode of Jarhead Bonsai. All right, y'all. So like I was saying, my buddy Doug, he sent me some seeds, I believe from somewhere in Florida. We linked up through Instagram via YouTube. So I'm thinking Florida, pretty sure. Anyways, that's not important. What is important is that he sent me all of these seeds that he had soaked and did some sort of process on, and he sent them to me in soil, and I let them go for the longest time on a seed mat under a grow light, and I got like absolutely nothing. And then out of nowhere, I got one to sprout up, and then all of a sudden, boom, you even see a new one's coming up right there. All of a sudden I have 1, 2, 3, and then a fourth. And I had just thrown them in the seed tray after I thought I failed. But since it's such a rare seed, because even in the Planter's Choice grow kit, you only get 5 of them, maybe 4. You know, so I'm like, oh man, he sent me like 50 seeds. So I have a bunch growing in here. Okay, and this is actually my European planting of 3. So I'm going to have to extract these trees after I think they're strong enough, because this is an Italian wisteria, a European ash, and a European maple of some variety. So those are actually from a trip. But let's bring you inside. I'm going to talk a little lower because it sounds like Laura's on a conference call for work. So I got my tripod set up for my pruning. Boom, boom. Make our way in here. And I don't even remember putting these seeds in this pot, but along with a couple of avocado trees, which will probably wither up and die eventually, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and another one back there coming up, 7 Delonix Regia flame trees. It's so cool. So this is what we're pruning today. The Ridge, February 16th, 2018. I started the process of growing this from seed. And as you see, it is growing nice and large and tall after repotting, a hard root pruning. So we're going to take it way back today. So let me get that moved outside and we'll get started. All right, so because this thing's so tall, it's difficult to get the whole thing in the shot. So I'm hoping I have as much as possible. So I hard root pruned and repotted this thing into this attractive ceramic, kind of like broken glass, blue shades with a nice antique copper rim, and it has attractive terracotta feet. I really was drawn to this pot. I think I took us on a little shopping trip for a video. So if you go back on my Planter's Choice playlist or my Delonix Regia, you'll be able to see that. So as you see, this is like an irregular upright trunk, so it's got a little bit of sway in it. I'm starting to get some nice taper. And I put it in a really light, good drying mix. Actually, it was from a chili pepper grow kit mix for bonsai specifically. So I knew that it would be really light and well draining and suited for plants that are used to extreme temps. So it's responded really well to that. I've since added this nice little rose quartz stone that I found on a hike of mine. And usually there's a little Liberty Bell in there, but it's always fallen over. So for this, I didn't mess with it. So just give you a little spin. So I left the Liberty Bell inside for the purposes of pruning. So if you have these, you know they just come in crazy and wild, and you can't actually prune mid-leaf and expect to get that to branch out. You know, when you prune it, you're pruning it all the way back, okay? And then from the inner node, right where that branch is, they'll come out a new branch that might have multiple branches. That's what you're hoping for. And then eventually the part that you didn't come off, that little bit of stem, will turn yellow or brown, and you know it's okay to go and flick it off. Okay, I got one up here. It's easy. Don't try to do it prematurely because you could really hurt the new branches. So this tree kind of got away from me because it grows so quickly, and then before I knew it, I wasn't too happy with it. So upon repotting, I said, okay, I'll let it grow in really well, and then I'll give it a hard structural prune. I was thinking early fall, but it's grown so quickly it's going to hit the ceiling. So here we go, midsummer, or early summer rather. So I guess it's midsummer, last week of July, right? So I like the original divide, and then this comes up and divides, and this divides again, and then they divide, but it kind of like starts growing all at each other. So I'm going to take it back really hard. I think I'm just going to leave 2 nodes on each structural branch. And the structural branches that I'm talking about are these that would probably be turning woody this year. They're still a little green. So I leave a little room for dieback, so I'll cut as close to the bottom of the last node as you see. So there were branches here and here, and I cut as close to them as possible, leaving a little room for dieback so that these nodes won't get interfered with. All right, next branch. It actually comes out, oh, there we go. I was going to say it comes up pretty far before it branches, but we got one down here a little lower. I'll take that off here. Now these things come in and they look beautiful and they're full and it's really cool. But they grow so muscularly and so quickly that you got to prune them often. So half the time they look just like sticks in the mud. It's whatever. I love these for so many reasons. They're beautiful. It was my first successful bonsai, but they grow so quickly, so you get to work on them often. I think for someone who enjoys bonsai, that's really appealing. So even so with this, probably in the fall again when I prune, depending on what bud back I get, lower branching, I'll probably take out more height out of this thing because I want the canopy to be, you know, here. Right. I'll leave the tiny little branches here, little leaves, but these larger ones, I'm just going to take them out so we can really look at the structure. Well, this one had some green aphids on it. You'll never be able to see it with my camera. So I'll probably give this thing a spray with this end all I have. It's neem oil and dish soap combination. It's been doing really well. All right, so you know what? I can't deal with that being so high. I'm going to take it back to this. I'll leave a little bit of this branch. But yeah, there we go. I could deal with that. And I have one Delonix that I successfully rooted from a cutting, and it's pretty cool. I've showed it in a previous video. I'm just not going to get to that today. But otherwise, I've had no success rooting these as cuttings. So I'm going to stick with what I've generated from germinating seeds. And probably every year on my anniversary, I'll order that Planter's Choice Grow Kit and do it again. So anyways, this was the Planter's Choice Grow Kit update. Focus on my Delonix Regia. hopefully you're having success with your kits. And if you're just starting yours out, I have a nice long playlist. Also, my buddy Scott Winard at Let's Do Bonsai has one as well that's very detailed on germinated different seed kits. So that's going to do it for this first of 3 Jarhead Bonsai episodes. I'm getting them done before Liverpool, the Reds, play later. So stay tuned for the next one. Hope y'all are doing well. Take care.